Greetings, travelers.
Greetings.
Hey, we're continuing on. So
our road to Mothman, very long trip.
Yeah. So thanks for those of you tuned in last week. We did the first part, was basically just the first day or 2 days
Couple
of our
days.
trip. And so now we're on to the next couple days. And man, as about now, we should be heading out for our next trip, which is back up to Kentucky, where we go to the Mothman Festival. But we'll talk about that on a future episode.
Yes.
So, but we need to continue from the Mothman trip. We had done Cincinnati, and we'd done a little bit of that, and then the next day
was our event that was not Mothman, but the week before
we did Carter County Bigfoot. Yeah,
which is in Olive Hill,
Kentucky, just outside the mushroom mines in Lawson, Kentucky.
So. I can't believe the number of people who know about the mushroom mines.
Oh yeah, well, it's what to do there. It's a rite of passage there.
You're not supposed to go in, but you know what? Everyone's got a story.
Everyone's got a story, and everyone, it's as long as you see that help sign outside, you can go, oh, I was trying to help somebody. But anyway, hopefully somebody's buying that soon. It has had some collapses.
I heard someone tell us some of the like further back areas have
and
collapsed.
The lower levels, definitely.
So definitely,
if you go, just look at the main entrance and be impressed. So, but Mushroom Mines, cool place, written all about in Eerie, Appalachia. So, but
Bigfoot.
We were there for Carter County Bigfoot Festival.
Yes.
And it was their first ever one.
It was really cute. It was basically in their outdoor parking lot near the old train station, which is the visitor center.
And the Tom T. Hall Museum.
Yes.
Tom T. Hall, their most famous, for those of us who know the old Grand Ole Opry and Hee Haw, Tom T. Hall, man, he was the king.
So I think that area was normally like a weekly flea market, but we came in and
took it over with Bigfoot cryptid vendors galore. And it was awesome. We had across from us was the two celebrities, Turtle Man and Swamp Man.
Man, they had a line all day long.
They never stopped. Those guys are up there, and they were doing selfies all day for $10 to people, and they were giving the full show to every one of them. And then Wild Bill from Mountain Monsters, now the new Sons of Appalachia, they were over there. He was having a good old time. Oh gosh, I'm gonna be so upset. Our buddy across the way, runs the other podcast. Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. I can't remember his name. I should have looked him up before this. But anyway, one of our old time friends of the podcast. I'll get his information. We'll put it in there. He does a Bigfoot show as well, and he was super nice. He was literally right across from us.
Oh yeah, you went and chatted.
We chatted for a while, and he's going to come on the show. We're going to go on his show as soon as I remember what it is. But Seizure Brain Me, I'm sorry, gang. It's tough to remember names.
When we tell you Mark forgets things, we mean it.
Yeah, it's bad. So
but it was a really great show. There was a ton of food trucks, a ton of vendors. I think everybody did well that day. Everybody in town turned out for this.
Yeah, considering they only had 2 months to prep for this, the lady who ran it did a hell of a job. I've been to events that have had much more money and have not been as good, and I've been to ones that have had millions more years to prep and wasn't as good as this. This is how you do a festival, and a lot of fun. They even had our boys from Wild and Weird, Ron and Joe, were there, and they did a presentation. It was really, really fun. I could not recommend it more. And the Kentucky Bigfoot Research Center, they organized it. They helped organize it. Bam. Props all around. We heard some
normally this weekend is also Flatwoods Festival, but we just decided it was time to try out a new event.
Yeah, Flatwoods.
New people.
Yep, Dave, our buddy Dave Spinks was running the Flatwoods Festival, and he had a full boat that year, so we couldn't speak there. So I was like, well, let's try the new one, and we love them. Flatwoods is a great way to start your trip to Mothman. So, and then he had Frank Ficino there in person. So I was kind of sad to miss that, but we had to do this Carter thing. We love Wild Weird guys recommended it to us, so we couldn't pass it up. So
thanks, guys.
Thanks. And we were going to see Dave the next week at Mothman anyway. So, and I also wasn't feeling the greatest. So I was like, all right, can't stretch myself. So, but we did, on the way back, the next day, so that was pretty much Saturday. A lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that was all day Saturday.
Sunday, we decided to go hit a couple more places. So I wanted to go for the new book. There was a new location that was very important to me, and it is called the Dinguss Tunnel. And that was Sunday, right? I think. I'm trying to remember.
As I say, the important location we went to was Spirit Halloween. Oh wait, no.
Yeah. We did see our first spirit of the year. That was in Ashland.
Yeah, it inhabited the old Joanne's. Goodbye, Joanne's. Hello, Spirit.
Yeah. We stopped in Ashland, Kentucky for some food and some fun, and I think Sunday we just recovered because I think we were
just really beat Sunday. Well,
that's what happened.
Outdoor events really take.
I wasn't doing well, so yeah. So
it was Monday we went to the tunnel.
Yeah, Monday we went to Dinguss Tunnel. Now Dinguss Tunnel has a ton of history. Dark.
That's in West Virginia.
Yeah, it's near. It's in Mingo County, and it is the town of Dinguss, and there is just so much dark history around that. The town right now has about 2,000 people living in it, and mostly because this town has some crazy history. We're going to be writing about it in the new book, but basically it's a single lane tunnel.
It is still actively used. Like if you're going through here, you got to drive through the tunnel.
Yeah, it was a train tunnel, but now it is a car tunnel. It is only one lane through. Make sure you download your GPS map. Oh
God, there was no signal around here.
Yeah, anywhere around there.
That was part of our troubles after this.
And basically, before you go through the tunnel, check your headlights. If you don't see any headlights coming, you're good. Because if you do meet another car in the middle of that, it's just brick. Yeah. So
it is narrow. It is cool, but
there is no light other than your car headlights. So, and it is a mile long, and it's pretty unnerving because it does curve down a little bit, so you can't hardly see the other side. It's very well made though, and it has a real nice airflow through it. So it's not like a deep tunnel, like that, where we've been to some that just have terrible air in them and stuff like that. But this is built, Dinguss itself is all frontier town. William Dinguss, I think, was the guy who founded it. And he was, we had coal and railroad history. And was it the 12 Pole Railroad? It's called the 12 Pole region, this area.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
And basically, Dinguss was like the epitome of the lawless town, right? It is just, they supposedly had a killing a month out there, and that's why people just kind of went to that area to get away from it all, to get away from crime, to not get away from crime, but to get away from crimes they'd committed. So it was definitely not the place you wanted to be. So basically from 1900 to 1972, 17 lawmen have been killed near that tunnel and shot in that area, mostly trying to keep order, and that just shows you the respect for that area. And of course, right near that area is Matewan, which is also in Mingo County, which the Matewan Massacre is something we completely cover in the new book. So we'd already been there the year before we went to Matewan and the Mine Wars, because we were talking about all the Hatfields and McCoy stuff. But this tunnel, well, I think we need to take a break before I get into the really, really terribleness of this. So we'll be right back. Oh my.
And we're back.
We're back.
So, more terribleness.
More terribleness about Dinguss, and then we'll get to the good stuff. We'll get to the nicer stuff that happened the rest of the day. So, Dinguss basically the town did not like outsiders, right? And so they would take pot shots at anybody who was coming. They didn't want the railroad through town. So any of the workers coming out, if they didn't match their appearance, let's say, so
they were narrow-minded.
They were narrow-minded, and let's just face it, they were bigots, and they shot anybody who didn't look like them. And so it took a long time to get that tunnel built. And even after, when the train started coming through, you didn't match what they wanted, they stopped the train and shot you dead. So they would rob that train often. So the tunnel earned its name Bloody Mingo very, very soon. So so if you ever go there, don't worry about that. That doesn't happen anymore. But when you go, just remember there's a lot of history there. There's a lot of spooky energy there. And there is definitely some dark history that you need to take into account when you go to Dinguss Tunnel. So There we go.
Well, after Dinguss Tunnel, we got lost.
Yeah, we lost signal.
Google Maps refreshed and lost your next destination, and there was no signal
anywhere. So we turned way around and wound up.
We just went straight and hoped.
Well, I knew I'd hit Charleston or Huntington, and we wound up in Huntington, so which was the wrong direction. So because those roads, you think, oh, I'll just go east. Well, the roads in West Virginia, sometimes the east road turns west and then goes north and then goes south and then goes east and then goes west and then goes east and then goes
all
west.
Hills in the way.
Yeah, there's all these mountains. What the hell are they doing out there? So, but yeah, it's like the Appalachians.
We had a nice romp through a national forest.
Yeah, and we went through a few places and wound up in Huntington.
I think the Dollar General was our first civilization
in a while. And but yeah, that was a nice restaurant. But we had, from there, we went to a couple of the stores that we were going to be visiting. We went up to South Charleston,
yes,
which is my old stomping grounds. Again, another place I lived for a few years. So we had to go there. And we visited the Mound downtown.
That's the one with the bench.
The bench in the garbage can, yeah, because it's, white man, we love this historic mound that the natives built. Let's put stairs up it and put a bench and a garbage can on top, because that's how we feel about them. So it's a pretty place to look out over the town, but oh my gosh, terribleness, guys. But around the corner from that,
being bibliophiles,
yes, we went to one of our new favorite bookstores.
Oh my gosh,
Plot Twist Books.
I love it.
It was so much fun. It's a great little store in town. It's apparently brand new, just opened a little while ago.
That's great. Well, it's an old house. I mean, you get the appropriate creaking in every room as you walk across the wooden floors. Like,
new and used books.
Adds to the
super
ambiance.
Cheap on the used books. Very nice.
Really nice person running it.
They had Paige's books for In Love with Mothman series, so we knew we were going to have to mark that spot to have Paige come back and sign.
We did have Paige come back later in the trip.
Yeah, and then we went to the Frisch's Big Boy marker, which is
that was a really
because that's what was invented in West Virginia, was the Big Boy, and so it has a statue on a shrine, like it's supposed to be a museum. I mean,
this is kind of the saddest marker ever.
It's sad. Yeah.
There's windows. Everything is sun bleached. It's not.
It's one of the drive-in toppers from the old Frisch's drive-ins, the Big Boy drive-ins, and then it's got little window displays of some old props, some old menus and other things, and the guy who founded it, all his info. But then we were starving because Big Boy, we were starving. So we went to the Bucket. Which is based on coal miners' bucket, but it's also themed Bigfoot and cryptids.
Yes.
Oh, it was so good. They have the Sasquatch Burger Challenge, which is $40, but if you finish it in 30 minutes, you get it free. It's a giant hamburger with everything in the world on it. In my old days, I could have tackled that.
That's okay. There is nothing wrong with not being able to do food challenges.
That's true. Not anymore. So, but those days are long past.
That is not good for you.
But what a way to go, baby! What a way to go. So,
hey, I got the fried pepperoni roll, and it was amazing.
Yeah, West Virginia staple, the pepperoni roll, but they had fried pepperoni rolls, and oh my gosh, yeah, it was good. And I got their chicken sandwich, their buffalo chicken sandwich was really, really good. So, but after that, we were back in Charleston because I wanted to hit one more spot from my history that I wanted to make sure was still there. And while we were on the way there, we got passed by somebody awesome.
Yeah, someone very super.
Yeah, because we'd already been to the we'd been to the Justice League the day before, and today we got hit by Batman. Came by us, the West Virginia Batman. We'll put his Instagram link in the show notes. He's awesome. He looked great.
Oh my god! We stopped at a light. I'm like, is that Batman next to us?
Yep.
Yes, it was.
Yep. And there was an accident right up the road from us, so he pulled up, and the police started talking to him.
Cops.
And the cops were talking to him. It was great. I'm like, oh, thank you for all you do for Charleston. I guess he's left Gotham City.
Hey, everybody needs Batman.
Yep. So then we went up the hill right there, right across the Canal River, heading up to the old Sunrise Museum. Now, Sunrise Museum was a museum I volunteered in as a child, but it is now back in private ownership. It was built by the third governor of West Virginia. The new owners are restoring it, but apparently aren't opening it to the public yet. So hopefully at some point they do, because it was amazing. The fireplace there is built from stones from all over the world. Had stones from the Colosseum, stones from Stonehenge, stones from, just in the areas of these things and stuff like that.
You tell me so much about this cool place. It makes me sad it went private.
I know, it's terrible. It went private in 2002, so it's not that long ago, but
it's
20 years.
Yeah.
But anyway, the carriage ride trail to it was built by that governor, McCorkle, and when he was building this carriage trail down to the river, he found 2 bodies of young ladies, a blonde and a brunette, and he didn't know who they were. He starts reaching into it, and he discovers that they were spies who were Confederate spies who were murdered by the Union. The original story was that they were Union spies murdered by the Confederates, but it was pretty much proven the other way around. And it was a deathbed confession of one of the firing squad guys who said, they'd been tried in a kangaroo court because they were camp followers who were pregnant with the general's or the captain's daughter. It's folklore and urban legend. He supposedly found out who they really were, but didn't tell anybody because he didn't want their families
to be
shamed or something. So he just moved their bodies over to the side and put the marker up for them, which is still there.
So we walked down the trail to find their marker
to make sure it was still there, and it was. And I was very happy because I figured once the museum went private, they'd probably close the trail, but they didn't. It's still there. And at Christmas time, you can ride a carriage just like the old days through the snow-covered mountain of Charleston, West Virginia. So,
and the parking lot for that was a little tricky to get into, but we managed it.
Yeah.
It's basically a place people go for biking and dog walking and so forth. It's a nice little trail, though.
Yeah.
It's paved, so it's not like too rustic or anything.
Yeah. And then the next day was our book signing at Cicada Books, which is one of our favorite bookstores in the world. It's in Huntington, West Virginia.
So sweet.
They're a coffee shop and a bookstore, used bookstore, but they do sell some new local authors like us. And they had Bo's books, they had Page's books. So we had to make a second return there to sign it. But they did a storyteller night, and we got to meet
Eden.
Eden Page, right?
Eden, no. Crow.
Eden Crow. Sorry. Eden Crow was one of the local authors we got to meet. She was super sweet. She writes
Bowling with Bigfoot.
Bowling with Bigfoot.
And Dirty Deals Over Decaf. Dude, respect for such cute books.
Yeah, and Dirty Deals Over Decaf's like a devil, make it a deal with the devil type book.
We had a fun storytelling night. It was you and a number of other authors.
Yeah, local authors. It was nice of them to have us as a guest on top of that. We told ghost stories. They all read from their books. And
I know Cicada's getting ready to have an anthology of stories too coming up.
Yeah, I'm trying to get something done for them, but it's been rough. So
no, you've had a rough time. It's
yeah.
fine.
And speaking of rough, we're gonna have to wrap up because it is that time, because we're gonna do a part 3 of this. Because there was so much more.
This all into parts. We haven't even gotten Bo yet.
I know, that's Wednesday, the next day. So, all right,
gang.
I guess we're done, and we'll see you
on the other side.